Oh,
Good
cheers.
evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Blessings to everybody on this May 4th. May the force be with you. Hope everybody is doing well. And I see we have Elderberry and Bamboo in the chat. Oh shit, the YouTube just opened there. Okay. Um, Mimi, Susie Q, Faith, blessings everybody. And yeah,
Okay,
okay, let me
Tuesday.
close this one.
Hey.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna just play a music, relax music. Well, it's warrior music, what we are all warrior, and then we can dive deep into the rabbit hole. All right, this is from Natalie Rice called Warriors.
Yeah. Rise Nation coming in strong. This one goes out to all the warriors, planet wide. Keep rising. Yeah. Hey. See, we're rising. We're not gonna run no hate. Still have a truth to fight. So keep burning up the lights. Hey. You're gonna see we're rising. We're not gonna run no hate. Still have a truth to fight. So keep burning up the lights. Hey. No, the system tries to overtake me. Keeps holding us down with the mental slavery. Anything that when it's gonna lie down. Cause they don't know that we're coming with power and sound. Energy and feel but can't see. Why the people getting wise and they're taking their streets. Consciousness in the words that they speak. Eyes are clear, the minds are free. So you see them raising. Them not gonna run no hate. Still have a truth to fight. So keep burning up the lights. Hey, you're gonna see them rising. Them not gonna run no hate. Still have a truth to fight. So keep burning up the lights. Hey. Dreamers come and dreamers they go. So we keep burning illusion and taking control. Words of wisdom have to shine through. When you start taking the truth, know the truth will seek you. See that one results is fighting them wars, but they don't know what they're fighting for. Now you see it clear as the sun. They ain't got no love for we, so we keep on rising. Them not gonna run no hate. Still have our truth to fight, so keep burning Babylon's lies. Hey, you're gonna see we're rising. We never run no hey, well, we have a truth to fight, so keep burning up the lights. Hey, watch this. We're warriors, some call them rebels, taking it to another level. They're holding up their communities, make sure everything is set to see their women raising children, whilst to rebuilding the nation. While hand see oppressed to the other guides the youth with patience. See them stare with grace, move with ease, shining lights on the smoking trees, freeing minds, moving energies from the land of us to the West Indies, resilient, brilliant, standing strong, giving mama, taking on the time of warriors. It's come when you open up your head to see us rising. We're not gonna run no hate. Still have our truth to fight, so keep burning Babylon's lights. Calling on my warrior, rising. We never run no hey, well, we have a truth to fight, so keep burning up the lights. Calling on my warriors. Hey. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. Now you're ready. Warriors are the people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. Now you're ready. Warriors are the people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. Now you're ready. Warriors are the people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. Now you're ready. Warriors are the people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. Now you're ready. Warriors are the people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. Now you're ready. Warriors are the people never wanna be no idol, just for us to see we're equally on one. And now the mugger try our existence to deny while it's system mugger cry when they see that we already raising. Calling on my warriors.
Nice.
Yes. I see Heidi's in the house. Hi Heidi, welcome. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So, how you all feeling through these energies? Yeah, so I was about to ask Kimball, David, and Kunz and Queen.
With the turtle spirit. I don't know. I feel I changed. I know that over the last 3 or 4 days. That's for sure. Let's just say I don't look at humanity the same. Okay. I don't look at me as part of humanity. I'm sorry. There, I said it. Yay! I got to say it. I don't look at myself as part of humanity. No, I don't. Not anymore.
It seems like a little, yeah. It seems like a little bit of something's going on with everybody these days. Somebody's struggling with something. Everybody's getting their tests, and you got to learn how to pass your test.
Yes, yes. There's a good way to say it. Yes. We're going through our tests and our lessons, and yeah.
Biggest insecurity you got, they're going to come after, just to try to change your frequency. You got to be able to just shoo it off now. It's just get yourself listening to music or whatever, and you don't even let that kind of energy get around you. It doesn't touch you because you're in such a good mood. So it's up to you to get yourself in that kind of attitude, I guess.
And maintain it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing, is maintaining that.
Keeping the frequency, yep.
Yeah. I sink back down. I stay up. Yeah. Down, up, down. Yeah, it gets tiring.
Yeah, like David says, every day is like a test, right? And yeah. This month is all about harmonizing with the 2 and 11, but it's all about also your intuition and going in deep in within your heart. And with the 6, it's all about cooperation with people. And yeah, some is gonna resonate and some doesn't,
Yeah.
Lots of music and dancing.
And yet the energy is just people aren't used to this kind of energy coming in, and it causes people to get some cognitive dissonance every now and then. They have to have something to fight. So I mean, they'll find something.
Yeah.
So don't take it personal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. I'm gonna check. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say because I noticed the slightest smallest little insecurity can creep up on you, and you don't know where it came from. And you'll be doing all good and great, and someone says something, and you're like, wait a minute. Then you're doubting yourself.
Yeah.
Then you're like, where did that come from? Because I felt confident before, and that person's words just triggered me some way, form, or fashion. It screwed my head all up.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it triggers you, then there's something that you need to work on. I myself going into it, I get triggered too, but it's self-reflection, right? So if you don't control your emotions, somebody else is going to control it for you.
Absolutely.
Could it be Satan? Yeah, it has.
Talk about Satan. Talk about Ethan.
Saturday Night Live, all right?
You want to? Yeah, we could talk about anything, anything that's deep into the rabbit hole. I don't know what you guys have in mind. Let me put it to start with this. I just uploaded a video on my channel about the graphene oxide that's in the jebby jebby, and the information I got is part of the black goo. Have you guys heard of the black goo?
Yeah,
I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard.
If What's your thoughts? Oh yeah, Lois here. I forgot. Yeah, Lois, get check. Here
didn't
is a
put-
picture. I check.
Yeah, I didn't put
Um,
that rabbit hole. There's so many. I don't got time.
yeah, there's many rabbit holes. We can choose. Lol. But
Right?
apparently, this
What's that?
one,
Ooh.
this information about the black goo. The black goo is the most mysterious substance. It's an alien, living, intelligent liquid crystal. AI black goo archons and NASA big dark secret mind control. Apparently, Shiva lingas made of black goo stones from Shiva meteorite. No. And conscious sentient nanotech fluid or alien black goo. Here is in another language. I don't know which language. Oh yeah, it's in Portuguese, I think. Yeah, it's in Portuguese. But anyway, what's your thoughts on this? The black goo. That's apparently in the jab.
Would you expect them not to do it? Is what I would say. I mean, if they're going to be able to get away with it, any way they can possibly affect you and affect people's energy, they could insert anything. I mean, they do stuff through your water and the air that you're breathing. So
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true. There's a documentary that came out. I was just talking with Kim about it in the back room. It's called Watch the Water. Has anybody seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm the only one on the panel that's seen it. Damn it. If anybody in the chat has seen Watch the Water? Well, apparently, basically, to the point of that whole thing is that they have... Oh, Kim out. Connection problem. The problem, the whole thing of that short... It's a 40 minutes, I think. And in that, it says that king cobra venom, synthetic king cobra venom in the jab, other than the graphene oxide that they have in it.
So they're saying that's inside of it as well?
Yes. A synthetic king cobra venom.
I'm sure they probably got scorpion poison in it and everything else. They probably put, everything they could possibly grab some of that dog poop. We'll put it in here too. And they just grab stuff and just anything they can do to get any kind of chemicals to be able to dim your connection even more is pretty much what they're going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let me see. I see Max put here. The goo came up for me in viewing as possible poison in products like clothes. So they attach it to clothes too.
I was going to say that I was researching something where even down to our clothes, even down to your clothing, there's stuff in it. And I'm like, oh my God, the wrapping on food, it's like no escaping it. It's like everywhere. That's why I'm like, unless you're gonna go to the mountain in like a caveman, I don't know how you escape it. Raise your frequency, but
there's always a way. Now, okay, Lois, this you can check with your pendulum. I was telling you when we talked, the 17 came up 3 times. 17, 17, 17. Oh, and now the 17 number came in my head for 17 seconds. If you send love for 17 seconds on the product through your heart, will it deactivate? Would the AI be able to work in your body? The black goo would be able? or would it like destroy it?
It will have some effect on it, but you might need to do a little bit more.
You have to do more.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's a good question. Yeah, the more people that would. There's even a show out about that on Netflix.
Yeah.
More people that concentrate on something.
And
It would
I saw Welcome Juice from the Sky. He put the film Venom has a symbiote that was a black goo that possesses the host. Yes, the film Spider-Man, but they had a black suit. I
Yeah.
heard that that actually when they found the black goo, that it possesses the scientist, and they all committed real strange suicide that normal humans wouldn't do. Like for example, one of them tied themselves to a car and let the car keep running and dragging himself behind. It puts you to things that would l- longer the pain before you die.
They've done a lot of experiments on humans with sick crap like that. You
But
know?
that's what I understand. The black AI, when it possesses you, it take control and let you do crazy stuff that will, I don't know, they love pain or something.
Yeah. Turns
Not
on
a
your.
yeah, that's not an experience that I I would have signed up for. But if they want to do it, they can go ahead and try. I'll pass.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Right. I mean. Oh yeah. That's why
I
I haven't
want.
gone down so many
Yeah.
rabbit holes.
It's like,
So
why
many
would you
weird.
want to experience getting one fingernail pulled out at a time by yourself? I don't know what. I mean, what's the point?
that's true.
Yeah.
Uh, Toxic. The reason pregnant women can handle litter boxes. Okay, I don't know about that.
What
Pregnant women
a reason? But can't handle. Oh, can't handle litter boxes.
because of the smell.
The in their urine, probably the stuff, the pneumonia in their urine. Is that why? Probably Faye, because their urine has that pneumonia. I think it's yeah, there's some smell you can't get out. That's interesting. Maybe the black goose shuts down cell.
Hey, look. Okay, if you have, for example, 10 codoms activated, would the black, if you have, like, we have 20, so if you have, for example, 34 or 30, would the black goo be able to activate in our body when we have more than half of our codoms activated?
Let's see.
Hmm.
You have to know
That
that.
No, I
Yeah.
won't.
it could be
I
just a
know it.
frequency thing. A certain
If
frequency could activate it, and when you get past a certain frequency, maybe it deactivates or something. I don't know.
that, that's also what I understand. The things that your emotion is what also activates it. A lot of things that are in the vax is the emotion. I know Max Vision has went deep on that too. Max Vision.
The emotion, and the vaccines. What does it have? It has that memory sensor or whatever that shuts down your your um your empath, your compassion. Your empath
Oh
is up.
shit!
Your
That's what
connection.
that's what's in the jibby jabby too.
And
Okay, so
look at this. What Enlightened Mac
oh,
says.
all right.
The MRI juice people who died, their grave are transmuting Bluetooth singles after that. They are
Cool.
creating remote control artificial zombie as the next pandemic.
I guess it's okay if you can listen to Sirius radio after you're dead, but they push that
Okay,
frequency in there.
put that comment back on the screen for 1 second for me, Alex. Can you?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm reading that. Now that I'm reading that, remember how I just said how they've done so many experiments on people throughout time? very sick ones. I was just watching about the Russian sleep experiment. And the Russian sleep experiment, they keep them awake for a few days. They take people that are, either vets or prisoners or mentally ill, the ones that they think people don't care about. And in the
Yeah.
Russian experiment, they kept these people awake for a few days with gas, locked in a room with gas. And after a while of been having this gas pumped in the room and keeping them awake, that's what these people were like. They were starting to rip off pieces of them, supposedly, and eat themselves. They had one person dead in the room, and when the researchers were like trying to get an answer from the room in there, they said, "We don't want to be released. Turn the gas back on." They turned these people. It messed up the whole research team. If you ever look into it, it messed up everyone that was involved in it. So they believe they've been trying this stuff for so long now, so long, to get what, like super soldiers or any of that. Been doing these
Oh
weird
yeah, yeah, super
experiments.
soldiers.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what made me. Yes, that's what made me think of that. Oh my.
Well, it's
Yeah.
all
Oh,
kind of connected too. Think about the 5G thing that's coming out and has already came out. It emits a certain frequency, and maybe if your frequency's at a low level because of all these blockages that you have to your connection, maybe that 5G is used just to control you and make you not notice things. Maybe you can't notice UFOs in your sky or Bigfoot around you because they're emitting a certain signal that doesn't allow you to see that.
yeah. I hear you. Did you see what
Oh
Amber
yeah,
sent
Amber.
out? She needs a
Sorry,
link. Yeah.
Amber. Yeah, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna email it to you right now. All right. Hey DJ. Oh
Insane.
Nicholas.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicholas, what's up? Yeah, that is crazy. So it's like they've been doing experiments all along to get to the grand final you know, conclusion of having
Yeah.
super soldiers.
Yeah.
Oh my
But,
God.
but
Yeah.
spoiler alert, we're going to win anyway, so it doesn't matter. Do whatever
Yeah.
they want to. That's why we're here right now, because somebody's got to be awake and somebody's got to point this stuff out to people when they start waking up. Because
And help us.
not everybody's awake yet. It's got to start affecting your day-to-day life before you start to like actually look into, hey, what's really going on here? And a lot of people, it just hasn't affected them yet, but
Yeah.
it's going to, and more people are gonna start, and it's all started because of some of these little channels like this. Little channels wake people up and get people thinking. Uh, they treat us like we should be divided and conquered all the time, and that's the main reason. So we won't share information with each other.
Yeah. And if we do, we fight over it because certain people believe in this and certain people believe in that. Yeah. That makes sense. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandfather always said you can't cure stupid, and if somebody's going to stay, awake to the very last minute, there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is plant seeds. You can plant seeds, and then eventually these people start noticing what you said on the seeds is going right, and then they want to come back, and then they actually want to listen again, because it's happening right in front of your face, but you can't see it. I've got UFOs in my neighborhood just hanging out like it ain't nothing. How come nobody's seeing it?
Yeah. Because you have the eyes, they don't.
Nobody's
Yeah.
seeing it. And I tell a police
Yeah.
officer, and he freaks his ass out when I tell him. He didn't want to hear anything about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure a lot of people know that information like that, when you see it, if you even know about it or want to talk about it, you would just put a big target on your head. So that's, I think, one main reason people are like, nope, hold it. I don't want to know. Don't tell me,
Yep.
because you just made me an accomplice to the truth. Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Watch
And they try to
out.
keep you at that it's a frequency, Kim, but you're exactly right. It's a frequency.
Yeah. That's just right. Who would want to know the truth?
Yeah.
This is coming from someone who wanted to know the truth my whole life, so I guess I can't relate.
It's the little black box in your house that's feeding all these people this, frequency to stay on. You got to be scared of this. You got to be scared of that. And it's not working as well as they thought it would, but it is working on some people. Because when you were a kid, you weren't scared of anything. If you got hurt, you got hurt. You did it. You weren't scared. But now they got these people are so scared to do anything. If they question anything about what their God said, they're going to go and burn in hell. Are you shitting me? That's terrible, people. If your God's like that, go get another one. They got them at Walmart probably for $9.99. I'd say they're probably on sale. Don't pick into a God that's going to judge you and make you think bad things because you want answers. My God would love for me to. My God would say, go ahead. And then when I come back and I said, hey, you're right, he would go, yeah, I got you. He's not a God that's going to be so quickly to punish you. This God actually loves you. So don't believe in the one that they have.
He gives you chances. The energy, the source gives you chances, but there's also consequences for your action.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a
So
good
you learn.
point. Like David said, they got, I want people to believe he's going to punish you, and they're like, "Oh, wait till you're going to go to hell. You're going to go to hell." And they got people running around saying all these weird statements and all this crap.
That's true. He's the enlightened man.
Okay, wait, hold on.
You gotta read it.
Jews people are transmitting IP. Use your own. Around the juiced people. I mean, look at the times we've come to. We call them juiced people.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to say that. Juice from the sky. Yeah, come on.
I think he's exactly right, probably.
Why should we? Right? To find your.
You read it, so yeah. I don't know. There's no juice people around me, so I cannot test that out.
Well, there's plenty of it over here. They use drugs and everything to keep people like low in a low frequency and freaked out looking for stuff all the time. And it's really a sad thing because it's kind of a big loop. At first you do it because, hey, I just wanted to try it and have an experience, and it was a good experience. But then you can't reach that experience ever again. But they keep trying and they keep trying and they keep trying. But they only got to that experience in the first place because they believed in themselves at that time. They give all this power now to this drug and everything, and they can't get that frequency anymore. That's what it is.
It shows. It's scientifically proven. It shows if you believe in yourself with the placebo effect, again, because I'm going to keep repeating the placebo effect because it's scientifically proven. Not a lot of people know about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that only shows, your mind is what you believe. If you believe in the negativity, that's going to appear. You believe in positivity, that's going to appear. So
absolutely. It's kind of like cigarettes. Like cigarettes. If you can like smoke one today and maybe smoke 2 or 3 today, but then don't smoke any tomorrow, and then smoking the next day, it's all about the power that you have over yourself. Once you say, I got to have a cigarette every day, once an hour, I got to take, then it becomes an issue, right? It becomes a thing that you're given more power than yourself. You have to have it. You don't have to have it. Come on.
That's the thing. I understand, but there's a paradox with the cigarette. Like I'm seeing around the world that the cigarette prices are going up, and in the Netherlands, I don't have my the tobacco with me, but in the Netherlands, the tobacco or the cigarette, they put smoking kills on it, right? The government wants the best for you, right? Your health.
Of course.
So they're encouraging you to stop smoking because they love you, right? But in the Netherlands, they went so far, they put picture on it of people with lungs problem and all shit, or they put horrible picture on it. Now they don't have leather, now they put fucking picture on it to let you like, fuck, stop. Now the question comes to, because seeing that Watch the Water documentary, it came down to something with the nicotine blocking the king venom synthetic from working. Now, I wanted to check with Lois if Lois can check with Divine Pendulum if the nicotine that we're smoking is that the reason that the prices are go up because then their shit is not gonna really work on us. Of basically, is the nicotine blocking the venom, king cobra venom, synthetic venom?
Somewhat, but not all the way.
What's this in the way?
Yes, in a way, it's affecting it some type of way.
Yeah. And here we have Amber Dawn Rising.
Oh, cool. There's Amber. I have a
Hey,
question.
Hi, Amber.
for you guys.
hi.
Girl, how you
Welcome.
doing?
And
You're in the
very,
wolf.
I still see them. I just slow down trying to take pictures, but I still see them.
What are you talking about now?
He
I
asked me
missed.
that I still see the ships.
Oh, the ship.
Mhm.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I have a question, real quick. When we talk about raising our frequency, right? So I got my arm on a massager right now. I have a nerve issue. Um, when we're talking about raising our frequency, right? What, like thinking positive, okay, David? When you said like thinking positive, like you think negative, we could bring negative stuff about, right? But
Yes.
what if you are already used to things going bad all the time, okay? And it's just always going bad. So in your head, you're prepared for it, and you basically are telling yourself, you know, it's going to be bad. Why? Because you've experienced it all the time. But that still brings it about as a bad situation, right? You still got to turn your thoughts around and be like, oh, it's going to be better today.
I think in everybody's hero journey, kind of like every good movie that you ever watch, this stuff just doesn't go the way it's supposed to until the main character starts to believe in themselves. So I think the more that you believe in yourself, I think it's going to be a lot quicker of a changeover when the new energy is totally here. I think the more that you believe in yourself, the more of these older gifts and these memories are going to come back that you knew telepathy before. You've done these things, and you're going to remember, and you're going to be able to start doing them again.
Okay.
And it's about trusting that there's better for you out there. And, you know, I've heard that example many times, specifically from Abraham Hicks. And their answer was, so you can only start from what you're used to. So because people are like, well, what about the people that are the children that are being murdered and everything in Africa, for example? And why are they still in that position if they can just manifest and get out of it? Well, because they're coming from that point of view. That's what they know. That's their vibration at that time. So when I was changing into what I am today, which is not perfect, I'm still completely, not where I would like to be yet, but I've grown a lot these past 12 years from where I was. And what I did was I faked it until I made it. I faked smiling. I faked being happy until I actually started to become that. And then they also use that example. Well, what about the kids in Africa? And look at how many people from Africa are over here that are doctors, neuroscientists, therapists, psychologists. It's because they believed in themselves, and like David was saying, it's all about if you believe in yourself or having this being whimsical, being in your imagination. A allowing yourself to be in this fantastical environment in your mind so that you can start creating it in your reality, and it's hard. And some people are meant to go through hard things so that they can realize their true power.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How are you going to learn if you don't go through experiences like you go through? She's exactly right. You didn't come here just to have an easy time. You wanted to overcome things and prove to yourself that you could actually do it. So, the more that you believe in yourself, the easier it starts coming. You start manifesting, and everything starts getting, a little better. And the better that you change things, it gives you more self-confidence in yourself. So, if you start off with,
it makes you a better doctor. It makes you a better therapist, when you can actually relate to people who have suffered the way that you have,
Yeah.
So some of these people, they wouldn't be as powerful as they are now if they didn't experience what they did.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. The more hard lessons or lessons you have in life, the more you go.
and some people get eaten up with these distractions like drugs or something that you have to get stuck on and you can't do without. It's like you're running in quicksand because they gave this thing more power than they had, and they can't get out of it. It's got them, and that way you have to take them to rehab and like reprogram them because they actually didn't need anything to help them. They just needed to believe in themselves again. And that's why they take this drug away from you and then make you like get totally off of it. So you can see, wow, I did wake up one day and I didn't have anything, I didn't have any drugs. It's all about giving your own power away. So you got to rip down those bricks around your brain that they've built because it's in prison and it ain't going to grow until you give it room to expand. So get rid of some of that stuff you don't need.
Yeah. And then you have all these naysayers who are like, manifestation is bullshit. Well, that's bullshit, first off, because I've manifested many things in my life, and I'm sure all of us have here. And then they always bring up that whole thing, like, again, with other countries or even here, and these abused kids, and why aren't they out of it? Well, it's because they haven't been taught yet how to get out of it. It doesn't mean that they don't have the ability to manifest. It's that they don't know how because they haven't been taught.
And just saying that statement, Amber, just someone saying it, well, how come they haven't done that, is already looking at the negative side, is already looking at the other end. Like, you can't go overboard here.
And it's not helpful to them. It's like, well, why haven't you done it yet? Well, I don't know. Why haven't you brushed your hair today? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you can,
why haven't you done this? Why haven't they done that? Because we haven't had the opportunity yet. We're working on it, It's not like manifestation isn't just this magical thing that's just gonna, unless you're a master, unless you're completely void of all ego and everything, and that's a very special gift, but most of us aren't there yet. So like, it takes time. I mean, I've been into spirituality for 12 years and I still can't manifest certain things, and it's because of my deep-rooted beliefs, and it takes time and practice to get past it.
Yes.
And I think we all like meet and see each other now because we're riding on this certain frequency. We're all on this frequency together, and nobody's better and nobody's smarter than the other one. We're all had our different experiences. And when you put them all together, that's how you get a lot of answers to the things that they're not going to tell you about.
Yeah, and my bad experience may not correlate with somebody else's, but I can relate to that person and be an example of how they can. And again, I'm not perfect, and I know that. I have my faults. I'm not pretending to be perfect. I'm just saying that we all can relate to each other in ways that may not be exact, but we can still feel that same feeling of what it did to us and help each other move past that. And that's the beautiful thing. It sucks to go through hardships, but it's beautiful when you can turn lemons into lemonade,
Absolutely. Once you conquer that experience, you have the most confidence in yourself than you ever had, Because say you were really, really bad on drugs, and then they made you go to 30 days rehab or 60, 90, I don't know how that goes, but you get out of that, and as soon as you walk out of that place, you take a deep breath, and I mean, it's totally, you know that something doesn't have you today, you know. If you just do that to most of the things that you actually believe in, you would be amazed how fast you grow, and your brain grows, and you get these messages and you have these experiences because now you've given it an option to be able to have them. Beforehand, it wasn't even an option because you weren't at that level. But now that you've given up all these boogeymen and all these crazy things that's controlling you and getting you, you realize that it's only you believing in it that actually makes it work. So don't believe in it anymore, and then it will stop working.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes practice. You know, things are going to happen where you're like, no, this is not me anymore. And you're going to keep getting tested and shown, yes, this is still how you are. You still have work to do.
Yep.
You know,
you don't
and that's
pass your
okay.
test-
That's a good thing.
If you don't pass your test, you're going to have it again.
Yep.
It might look like a different person. It might sound like somebody, but it's going to be the same damn test, and you're going to get it over and over and over till you pass it. You got to answer it a different way. You can't keep answering it the same way if you're still getting the same test.
Yep.
No, you have to face it and resolve it, you know.
Yeah, and get it over with. Don't give it your
Yeah.
power.
Yes. And go for the next one. And just something about the law of attraction. The law of attraction is so real, it's physics. Manifest positivity, get positivity. Cause and effect. You attract what you think about.
Sorry, my dog just told me telepathically she had to pee, so I had to take her outside.
Yeah.
No, my dog literally, she used to bark and turn her ears and do all that, and just a few months ago, she don't do that no more. Now I just look at her and I'll be like, "You gotta pee," and she'll either just scratch me or she'll just kind of like get excited, like and I'm like, okay. So we're speaking differently now.
No, but that's good because I think there's gonna come a time I think in the past, I think the Native Americans have story where they can communicate with the animals, talk with them.
Yeah.
So telepathic. I know we have that ability. Maybe that's also one that's gonna. I think if you train it, you can activate it. And since you're already on that way.
And if they're already ascending with us, I know my animal, well, not my cats. I can't speak for the cats. You know, cats are different, but the dogs, they're going higher too. They both do the same thing. They don't
One of the only limitations that you have, Cajun Queen, are the ones that you placed upon yourself by believing in some of these things that you're brainwashed to believe when you're growing up and stuff. Maybe if you want to talk to animals, who says you can't? And why would you listen to somebody who told you they couldn't?
You're right. But lately, what I found is that, you know, you're going to get hit with something, regardless of where you at on your path. Nobody's perfect. But
Get your ass back up, yeah. If you get knocked down, just get right back up.
It's how you react. It's more how you react.
Yep.
I don't react the same way I did 10 years ago to things.
Absolutely.
And I don't try to stay in that negative space too long. Depending on what it is, sometimes you do need a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself that minute. And then come back.
Yeah.
And even if you accidentally flip up and you react a way that you're not proud of, that's when self-forgiveness is so important. It's like, all right, I messed up, because we all react, you know. We still have old patterns, maybe not the same as we did back in the day, thank goodness. But we still do, you know, we still respond in ways that we're not very proud of sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's when you just have to be like, you know what? It's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. You know, I'm going to put this behind me. I'm going to learn that I didn't like the way I responded, and I'm just going to move forward.
Absolutely. That's a perfect example, because sometimes some people send people like emails and stuff like that, and stuff said there. And you might have thought they were angry when they said it, or they could have said it jokingly, or it could have been taken any possible way other than what you meant for it to be taken. But it's that person in that frequency right there that's reading it at the time. Why do they look at it and think bad? I mean, there's other ways that you can look at it. You don't have to look at it as bad. And since we've lost all this mouth-to-mouth communications and face-to-face communication, yeah, there's no emotions in an email or a text message.
Yeah.
There's been many times where I've read a message and got all huffy and puffy, like, F you, man. And then I go back, and luckily I didn't respond, because if I responded, I would have looked like a total jerk. And then I go back to it the next day, and it was read completely wrong, you know?
Yeah.
That's why it's good to sleep on it. It's like,
absolutely,
I'm misreading
100%.
this.
And that brings you back to like what David said. What frequency are you in at the moment? At the moment, you probably had something that triggered you or triggered an insecurity or some shit, and you're like, wait a minute. And then you're like, what? Yeah.
Why can't you be old school anymore, Amber? Nobody can be old school. If I have a problem with something that you say, what's wrong with me asking you and not attacking you? Say, Amber, you said this. I don't. Would you please explain that a little more, because I don't resonate with that. Whatever happened to getting somebody's opinion and not attacking them? You immediately have to think the negative about it.
Right. That's what I do. I'm pretty upfront. Like, hey, I'm sorry you felt this way. And they go, no, that's not how I felt at all. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I believe
I was feeling that way. That was me.
I believe we lost a lot of the communication due to all the division they put into place with us. People don't know how to. And what's funny is that you could find two people that don't like each other or are mad, and if you go talk to both of them separately, they're both on different pages.
And if you're a person that doesn't know me and takes me seriously all the time, boy, do you have me wrong. You totally have what I'm about. I laugh all the time. I'm very sarcastic. I listen to music. I do things that are fun. And I probably don't give a shit about what you think about me. So you're just wasting this energy by sending it to me, and I'm not taking it. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm laughing it off because, wow, if you got that much time and energy to like throw it at somebody, you should probably get a better hobby.
I remember many years ago, I was a personal trainer, and another trainer who was much higher level than me was teaching me and stuff. He had many issues, but that's besides the point. But he was a lot older than me. And so we were texting each other, and I called him a nerd. Like, I call my friends nerds, like, you're a nerd, shut up. You know what I mean? It's just it. And he got so mad at me, and he said it's because he's old school. Nerds used to be like a mean thing to call someone. So, like, that's why a conversation is needed, is because we're not generationally, even that can cause like blockages in our communication with each other. So, because nerd to me is funny. It's actually not, it's kind of a compliment in a way. It's not insulting, but he was very mad. Sorry.
I think everything's programming the frequency right now just to lower your vibration and make you automatically, when something like that happens, take it to the lowest level and get offended.
Take it to the utmost disrespect and take it as truth. Like, that was disrespectful, and it's we come from our own viewpoint, and like Alex was saying, it's like we create, manifesting, we create. So like with particles and stuff, I've been researching atoms and particles, protons, neutrons, and everything. And I'm sure we all heard of the slit experiment. And the slit experiment basically says it's a wave. The particles are a wave once it goes through the split. However, once an eyeball, us, consciousness, focuses on a certain spot, then it becomes a particle again. And then it's a focused mass. It's something we can observe. So it's really all in the eye of the beholder. Wherever we focus on is what's going to become a particle, and what's going to become an atom and reality and manifest.
Yes.
The eye of the beholder.
What's the old saying? your energy goes where your thoughts flow. So you're building, whatever, if it's good or if it's bad, it's your energy's the one building it. So,
which can become tricky too, because I know in the beginning of sorry if I'm talking too much, just cut me off. I'll respect you because I talk too much.
your voice is better than mine. You can talk the rest of the night if you want to.
No, I just mean for everyone. If anyone wants to speak, just please cut me off. I talk too much. So,
Good.
but I don't remember what I was going to say because I threw that in there, but I'll remember again.
Just jump back in. But yeah, I
Yes,
don't think, Amber. I tell people, tell me to shut up.
It's because of the ganja.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked any ganja yet, actually. I'm going to go get my pen.
Slacker. Come on, slacker.
That could be it. That's why you forgot the thought.
No, it's because I start rambling on something else.
Right. Oh, yeah. Or your brain picks up.
Yeah.
Try not to take everything so serious these days. Everybody wants to be so serious. Laugh and have fun. I mean,
no, but that's the thing also. No, this month is 11 energy month, so people are very sensitive. So you have to go easy on people. Not all people can handle jokes. I know we live in a sensitive world, but not all people are like that. You have to know the person good.
I'll admit it. I have to work on that. I'm very harsh when I tell people things. Because I was raised that way, and I believe it made me fight a lot of battles that I made it through today. So that's the thing. I still have certain beliefs to me that I'm not going to change because it made me the person I am today, I believe. So I still have certain things I'm not going to change, That's
you don't have to change completely.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to change yourself to please other people in the world around you, because inevitably you're the only one that exists in your reality. Yeah. Everybody else is just entertainment. And it's the entertainment that you've created in your reality. So you don't need to change that unless you want change in your reality. Right.
Everybody's different. Yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody likes different hobbies, and there's a reason for that. Whatever that you're doing that you love to do the best, I mean, that's where you get your messages at as well. If I listen to music, I get them in there. Amber might like to read. She might get hers in books, but it's whatever that you like that's bringing joy and love into your heart. That right there is keeping everything else out of your mind at the time. You can't have bad thoughts. You can't have attachments onto you when you're in that kind of environment with your brain, and when you're in such a positive mood. And that's why they program and they don't want you in a positive mood. But you just got to learn to turn the TV off or whatever, get rid of it. If you don't need it, get rid of it.
Well, yeah.
So, for example, I was just making sure my mic was still on. So I'm going to start learning how. So I was taught, not taught. My best friend who, it's a long story, but one day I'm going to do a video about that. But I manifested my best friend into my life, who's very spiritual, who I didn't know was spiritual for like a year. He didn't tell me. And then, so we started talking about meditating and everything. And I realized he was very spiritual, and he was being taught by somebody who lives in my town, who is a very talented therapist and also a medium. And he's always talked to the other side. He does readings for people all the time. So if you have a loved one who has passed and you want to speak to a really good medium, get a hold of me, Amber Dawn Tarot at protonmail.com, and I'll connect you with him. His name is Steven. Anyways, so a couple of weeks ago, my best friend, who is the spiritualist, he asked me if I could get a hold of Steven, because Steven and I have been friends for a long time, and to have Steven read for my best friend's brother. So I know it's a lot of people, but my best friend's brother, his son died of diabetes at 20 years old just recently. So he wanted to get a reading by Steven, and I told Steven, hey, I would do it, but I don't know how. And he offered to teach me to speak to the dead. And I'm all in. I'm totally ready. I've been through a lot of experiences when I was younger, and I shut the door in my early 20s because they were pestering me and being just obnoxious, and I wasn't spiritual then, so it scared me. So I shut the door. But now I'm ready. I'm open. I'm ready. And he was like, so over messages, he said, the biggest thing is to not involve your mind. You cannot allow your mind to start taking over your readings. And I said, okay, cool. And then so I told an acquaintance of mine who I've known for many years, we've never met in person, online friend, said, I'm going to start learning how to read the other side, and he starts telling me, be careful, that's dark magic, that's evil, blah, blah, blah. And it was so weird to hear that from him because he's so into the occult. He's one of the smartest people I've ever known that has memorized like all this stuff about the occult. And I thought that he wouldn't be the person to bring fear into my learning experience, but there he was doing it. And I'm stubborn. And I said, I didn't ask for your opinion. I was just telling you what I was going to do. And don't put these negative thoughts in my head. My teacher told me, first off, keep your mind out of it. And here you are giving me negativity. So that's kind of what tends to happen is when you start to open yourself up, you're going to have people that you care about come in and maybe be naysayers. It doesn't mean that they're bad. It doesn't mean that they have ill intentions. I don't know what it means, honestly. Maybe to just make sure you're strong enough to go through with what you want to go through with,
Exactly. That's also what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like because I could have easily let him scare me, which I've done in the past. I paid for a motorcycle license to learn how to ride motorcycle. I was dating somebody and he totally talked me out of it. Lost $100, lost my ability to get my license to ride motorcycles. And here I am not riding motorcycles, even though I was raised on them. So I think it's just like, really digging deep. Is this something I really want to learn? And if I really do, don't allow these people to deter you. I'm still going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know how much that made sense, but
no,
just
I
people are
agree
going
with
to come
you.
in and
It's
try to fuck with
different perspectives. Everybody's got one, and nobody's gonna agree with you all the time. Just get over it, and you say what your truth is, and it's not necessarily a lie if somebody sees it a different way. We all see different things all the time, and don't take things so seriously. Why does somebody else's opinion about you matter?
And the funny thing is usually when you have a naysayer come in and tell you what you shouldn't do, they automatically follow it with, for example, this person, I want to speak to my my twin sister who's passed away, after he told me I shouldn't do that. And I was like, I mean, or a reading I did on Britney Spears a long time ago. Somebody was like, you should do clarifying cards and giving me a hard time on how I read. This was years ago. But can you please do Kardashians next? And I'm like, I mean, sure, but you're critiquing me and then asking me to do something for you.
But no. Yeah.
So it's like you kind of have to laugh and just brush it off. Like, okay.
Degrade you and yet or insult and then sugarcoat at the same time.
Right.
Right? Isn't that nice when you break it down like that to people? Oh, so you want to insult and then sweeten me up all at the same time. I'll pass.
Here's an insult, but can I have you do me a favor?
Yeah. No.
Sure.
I'll take this. I'll take the second answer.
It's like those suckers, those Mexican suckers with the mango, I think it is, and it has salt on the outside. It's like salt and cayenne pepper on the outside, so it's sweet and salty.
So let me see. Louis, just one thing I wanted you to check also. If by smoking weed, does that disturb the King Cobra synthetic venom more?
Oh.
Yeah, I know it has something to do with the nicotine. Maybe the weed works better.
Yeah, it works for everything else.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If it works
Oh
for
yeah.
just about everything in the body, if you really researched it down to your skin and your eyeballs and everything,
Hmm.
I would probably in your organs, yeah, everything. I would have to say yeah. What do you think?
Like, yeah.
The
What
guess.
does it say?
I didn't hear the question.
Yeah.
If
Oh.
oh um
Amber didn't hear the question. Let her know the question. Did we talk about this earlier?
No.
no, we
Said
talk.
Okay. I'm having a deja vu moment because I remember talking about this not too long ago.
We
No,
did
I
Yeah.
nicotine, but
nicotine.
not
I just
the marijuana.
yeah, exactly. Just
I
wanted to
made
confirm.
sure.
Lol.
Yeah, I think everything they put in anything is just to dull your connection a little bit more to what the source is. If they can do anything they can just to get just a little bit lower, because when they do that, you can't get to a certain frequency that you need to be on,
Yeah.
and therefore you remain controlled. You're still under their control because you can't forget things and do your hobbies for a little while or something that brings happiness and joy into your life. You want to sit down and watch the Kardashians instead, and you get mad because Bruce is dressing different now, and all this crazy stuff is just a distraction.
Wants to be
It's a
female.
distraction that, yeah, don't put your energy into it. If it doesn't make you laugh hysterically, if it gets you angry, turn it off and do something that doesn't. You don't have to do stuff that you don't like to do. It's a choice.
If you notice, there aren't many, well, I haven't experienced many people that can actually sit there with themselves and not have to be distracted by something, whether it's a TV, or a phone, anything, getting involved in someone's business, gossiping, grabbing their phone, ask, hey, I'm honest, whatever, anything, and just sit there like this in silence. Not many people could do that from what I see. Oh, no, we need to. They don't want to sit with them. They don't want to look inward. They don't want to look at them. Huh. Interesting.
Self-reflection.
Yeah,
That's what's gonna be happening next year for the whole world
I
in
think we should
2023.
do that. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, that makes a big improvement in your life. If you can at least sit still for a while, not do nothing. I practice it like hours on end, just to be comfortable
Well,
with you.
yes, you have to be comfortable with yourself.
You know.
Oh yeah, Luz, they said yes, right? Oh yeah, it says yes. I knew
Oh,
it.
she asked the rods. That's what you're doing. I forgot. Dun, 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 dun. You're
No,
asking.
she has a
Okay.
dowsing rod
Yeah, I forgot.
and rod. Lol.
That's why you said when it said. I was like, is she looking in a book? Oh, the what? Okay.
Okay. Oh
Um,
yeah.
I
Yeah, man.
wasn't in here during the earlier conversation about the vacation, the jab and stuff. So I don't know if anybody mentioned this, but so the CDC had released on their website, somebody might have already said this, but that they don't know the difference between the flu and 19 when they
Hmm,
take the tests. They don't know the difference. It comes up as the same thing.
what?
Yeah.
Huh?
On the
Well,
So they
CDC. Did I make sense? Should I be more blatant with what I say?
no,
Because I don't want to.
it makes sense, but it just sounds dumb on their end. So
Everything is
I'm
dumb
not like,
on their end. Yeah. I mean, they're clearly farce. They're
what?
falsities.
Uh, yeah.
But yeah, so now they're admitting it, which a lot of us already knew, but you cannot tell the difference between the flu and
Hmm.
19. So
Okay. So that
that's
just makes
why the
sense.
flu deaths went to 0 and 19 went up
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's
They
the
just
flu.
switched it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I gotta laugh.
well
Laughter is
see
my.
I know it's such a joke. You just have to
It
laugh.
is. It is. It's a huge joke. It's the biggest joke on us.
And we see it. A lot of people don't see it.
Yeah,
They think we're the crazy ones.
exactly.
I
Well,
haven't gotten it yet, and I'm not jabbed. I do go out to grocery stores or different places. Um, doesn't mean I'm not going to get it, but I can tell you I've had bronchitis before, and if I can go through bronchitis, I'm sure I can get through that. Whoever's had bronchitis knows what I mean.
Yeah.
But
I had it right before Halloween last year, and it was the
Isn't it-
best
it's
diet
awful.
plan that I've ever been on. It's like
Right, me
skinny
too. I
fat
got
pig on
so
steroids because you didn't feel like eating nothing but getting out of
Yeah.
bed. It just took your energy. It zapped your energy. You didn't want to eat. You didn't want to drink. You didn't want to do anything
Yeah.
for about 10 days.
I went
Yeah.
back to work and they were like, "Dang, have you been working out? You look shredded." I'm like, "No, I've been sick."
I lost 17 pounds. And I think it was like 14 days total. I lost 17 pounds.
Yeah. I was stupid
That's
and I
called
didn't get
the
antibiotics.
diet. Sorry, crack diet. Sorry, I did.
Yeah, like the alternative to the crack diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Diet pill diet, whatever. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it seems like this flu, whatever it is, it's working with the EMF, with the electrical magnetic field.
Mhm.
I know Max Jason when he documented there in Canada when the frequency EMF went up, the people that got it also went up. But now we know that the test is also corrupt. So yeah, what are they measuring? Actually, nothing. I don't know.
And
But the
remember in Telegram, remember what they put in Telegram in the main group when they did that autopsy? Germ activated by radiation. Yes, I'm gonna say it.
oh yes,
Germ activated by radiation. Now, if you know
yeah.
anything about germs, where are they located? They are all over the outside of your body. Germs. Okay, so if you're walking around, you're a big cesspool of a germ. Now the frequency comes down and hits the germ. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what they say it's supposed to be. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I was in my pool the other day for 2 hours under that sun. And the next day, and for 2 days, I couldn't stop sleeping. And I had blisters on my face from being out in that sun thing with all the frequencies and the stuff in the sky. Kim got blistered and they sedated the piss out of me. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, there's people saying that the sun there, I don't know, but the sun here, yeah, it's gotten hotter, but yeah, it's that the sun is a simulator. I don't know what people thought of that, the sun being a simulator.
Well, it don't give off bright blue beams. I know that.
And I do a little bit of sun gazing myself, usually in the spring and the summer when it gets warm and I feel like moving around. I go outside and I'll watch the sun for a little while. And it normally, the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, however long I've been doing it, I could stare at the sun for like maybe 25, 35 seconds. And the sun turns into this, it's a black mirror kind of made of liquid. You kind of see it kind of moving, and that's what it looks like to me. After looking at it, it doesn't look bright anymore. It looks like a liquid mirror. And I've tried to look at the sun this year, and I can't even see the sun. It's so bright. I don't think that's our sun that was up there right now. It could be the simulator because I can usually look at the sun, and that's not it.
That thing welded my front. Okay, listen. My mom and son came home tonight and they were pounding on the door, thinking I locked the front door. My mom was only gone 20 minutes to get my son and come back. The heat around our doorway area, it had literally had it so hot they couldn't open the door. They couldn't open the door. The sun doesn't do that. Okay, here you are. The sun doesn't do that.
Especially
So,
this time of year.
you lock the door. I didn't lock it.
For
Yeah.
people who've never sun gazed before, if you do want to sun gaze, make sure to do it when the sun's coming up or
Yeah.
when the sun's setting. Don't do it when it's in the middle of the sky. And then also start slow. So sun gaze for about 10 seconds and then slowly work your way up to 40 minutes. You don't
Yeah.
want to do it any more than 40, 45 minutes, but start slow, seconds, and then move on. But don't do it when it's in the middle of the sky.
Yeah.
That'll definitely fry your eyes out.
And listen to somebody like on the internet, find out people do videos and get opinions on what's safe and what's not safe to do. You know, you might need to wear glasses and you might need to only do it for a certain amount of time. I'm not a professional. I just do it because I like to do it. And there's ways that you can protect yourself a little bit better, though. Like she's saying, don't do it in the middle of the sky. You got to do it when it's low, or you got to do it when it's going down. So it's going kind of away from you. That'll be a lot easier on your eyes. But yeah, don't listen to me. Listen to a professional.
11:22. A professional. That's funny.
Yeah, it can heal cataracts. It can heal eye issues. There's been a lot of testimonies on all the benefits that it can do.
I think he can give you messages too, Amber. I think the sun send them messages and information as well.
Yeah. And so that's always the thing is like it's like you know you're getting these messages and stuff and then you start thinking, but wait, it's a simulator. And then it's like maybe even if it is a simulator, can we still get messages? Are those messages still legit? Because it's if it is a simulator, it's still going off of the real sun, right? Like it's reflecting the real sun. It's just like mirrors. If I haven't watched videos on it for a long time, but if I'm not mistaken, it's still using the real sun. It's just like amplifying it off of different machines, I guess.
It's bigger. Yeah.
And I've also heard people say that our Earth is moving a lot faster now. So think about this. What if the sun doesn't come up and down, you know, the same way it did? Maybe it needs a second sun because maybe we've sped up so much. Maybe the sun has slowed down that much. So maybe it takes more than a day to actually bring the regular sun back up. So they might have to like stick a sun simulator in to take the place where the sun used to be. So everybody will still believe the little illusion that's going on.
And we are at a solar minimum right now as well. So, and for us to be at a minimum and the sun be, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty red right now. And that's just because, and I wear hats and stuff outside, but, you know, I do a lot of yard work and stuff, but it's like harsh, you know? So if we're at a minimum, that's pretty crazy.
It's so harsh. It is a little scary. And because I do a lot of yard work too. I go to my pool a lot. I plant stuff. I take care of my family and kids and stuff. And when I'm out in that sun, you can't be out there that long anymore. Before I could be out there all day, days on end. I can't do that no more. It's literally burning and frying your skin. And that is, remember, Alex, that's one thing I asked you about as far as raising our frequencies so things don't affect you. But that, to me, I see is different. That is something coming down. It's like putting an iron almost on your skin. So with that scenario, I don't think it matters how much you raise your frequency. Something is literally burning your ass. Explain that. That's what I'm saying. Like putting a torch to you. And I'm encountering it. I got a tan in 2 hours. Amber, I don't tan in 2 hours. Never have.
But that's the thing. You don't. Are you often out in the sun?
I'm out in the sun all the time, and I never tan for the whole year in one day in 2 hours.
No. I can understand. I tan here too. I got a tan.
It depends on what time of year.
Or the
Like
year
this
before.
time of year, I get burnt eat more easily. So yeah, that it's a little more normal, but it's still more harsh than normal. You know, it's like
March, yeah.
because I was pretty tan throughout most of the winter, so I shouldn't be getting this burnt so quickly. But I also am outside a lot right now. So I don't know, maybe it could just be because I'm outside more, but I can't sun gaze the way I used to. Like I used to sun gaze regularly as well. And I didn't even like sometimes I'd wait until it was kind of it was like up in the sky, but not in the middle. It was just kind of in the corner coming up. I could still do that. And I could still do it when it was about 5 o'clock. Sorry. When it was about 5 o'clock going down. But now it's just like, and I don't know if it's because maybe I just haven't been doing it as much, so my eyes aren't conditioned. That could be. That could certainly be.
I can't.
Um,
I can't do the sun gazing anymore either.
I was watching this one video. Well, I was watching a bunch of them about balloons, how like these students or scientists would like make this huge balloon and they would have the camera on it and then they would send it off and then it could look around everything when it's up in lower space. And it was like going around in a circle. Or no, it looked like it was going like from right to left and right to left. And I saw two suns. I could probably find it right now. I don't know if we can share the screen or anything.
Okay,
Yes.
we got more people seeing it. Yay!
Yeah, you can share the screen.
Kudos.
See if I can find
That's
it.
about the 10th person I found so far. Okay.
Oh, you've heard people say the same thing.
I've
Yeah.
seen it. I've seen it, and I've seen other people say it, and I filmed it.
And I may have watched it wrong, just like when we read messages wrong and we think it means one thing and it doesn't. So who knows, but we'll see. Let's see if I can find it.
Okay.
It'll
they
take
even
a
show-
minute. So.
They even show it in movies. If you watch some movies, there are two suns in the movies. They even put it in movies.
Yeah, they put multiple moons in movies too, though.
Oh, they do moons? I never noticed that.
On different planets.
You know, you've
Not on
seen
Earth usually.
could be 3. Yeah, Heidi, I've
Um,
seen a couple. I could have sworn I've seen 3 too.
Could be 3. Louis, can you check with your pendulum if there are more than 2 suns right now? Or
Oh
is-
yeah, I keep forgetting about her. I forgot she got those things.
I think Nada Beaver, when he was doing the show, he showed a picture with 3 suns.
3 suns?
3.
3. I would explain. I've caught different. I've caught 2. I've caught 3, and I've caught 4. So I'm like out there, like, well, shit, I don't even know anymore. How many are you giving us up there? Or they're just different
Yeah.
light switches.
What did it say?
Said
Yes. But I know Nada Beaver, when he showed, it was 3 suns right there together. I'm not sure how many people still watch Nada Beaver.
yeah. Oh, Naughty Beaver. Oh, I haven't seen that in a while. Naughty Beaver.
Okay. Could one of the suns be a simulator? Can you check that? Could it be a simulator? And I think one must be real.
I would hope one would be.
Yeah.
They're totally burnt out, or they didn't inform us on that either.
So one is a simulator then.
Right.
Holographic, projecting heat and
Huh.
everything, light and everything.
The times we live in.
I watched about 6 of these videos this night, so I'm just going through them all, trying to find the one I'm talking about.
That's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I spent 2 years taking sky videos, and I finally stopped because I'm like, once you've seen all kinds of crap, well, there's stuff there. Can't really
Yeah.
explain it, and I still see it.
And if you're open to those kind of experiences, you're going to have those kind of experiences, and the better you handle them, it'll start going up and picking up on what kind of these experiences you have. But you got to show that you can handle it the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might not want to go into space with them the first time. You might just want to sit in the backyard for a little while and just get used to the energy. Yeah, if you try to put too much on somebody, they're going to get turned off by it.
Yeah, right. I always just looked at it as, well, hey, it's got to be better than here, right?
Yeah.
I'll be in my pool when you're ready to come get me. Okay.
I just thought of a really good example, but it was kind of disgusting. So I held myself back from saying it, and I'm pretty proud of myself because usually my filter doesn't work as well.
Okay.
I have something to watch you. It's not the two watch you. I have something you guys can watch if you want to see this. It's really short, but it's not the two sons. I
All
thought
right,
this was
something weird, something interesting and weird.
Something trippy.
Let's go.
Okay, so how do I share my screen?
You have to go on share and then click the
Share.
audio, and then choose the tab and then click share. It will pop up here if it's good. First time I'm gonna do this. Another person sharing. So let's see how it's gonna go.
So, this could certainly be a hoax. Anything can be a hoax, but just check it out and see what you think.
I have a question. Does somebody have a fire alarm in their house that needs the battery changing in it?
Not I.
I keep hearing that noise, and it sounds like a fire alarm because I know distinctly what it sounds like. That needs a battery changing because it's slow.
Lol.
Keep hearing that noise.
Can you see it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's on the screen right now.
Okay. So the rocket that hits the dome. I'll fast forward through the stuff we don't need to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you can see people here. There's their setup. There's the people that did it, a young child. Whenever you add a young child, it's always more believable. So, but there's a whole team there.
okay.
And then it's only a minute 42. So check it out. Let me unmute it.
Those are not supposed to be sound, I guess.
It's
Hitting the dome.
just very low. It's high elevation. Boom.
Oh, okay. So to make sure it wasn't my end.
I'm gonna play that part one more time so you guys can hear it hit.
What? But the volume is out, I think, or
No, okay. So the reason why you can't hear it is because there's no air up there. It's very thin air. So it's a different type sound up there. It's really high.
Right. Okay.
That's why it's not as loud up there. It may have actually bong. But why is it spinning? Maybe because it's still going, the engine's still going, and it's not actually inserted into the dome. It's just kind of it's hit the top, and so now it's spinning because it's still the engine's still going, but there's nowhere else for it to go. So it's just kind of spinning. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Maybe they should
So that
tie
was
their
one of
kid
them.
to that thing next time and send the kid up there and tell them what it is.
I know.
Yeah.
Good luck, kid.
Yeah.
I still want to find that other one, but I wanted to show you guys that since it was a fast video.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what I thought when it hit. If it hit the drum and it's going really fast, it should break apart, right? To the momentum break, or but just poop like
That's
this.
a good
And
point. You would think so, but if
yeah,
it's made to go out into outer space, it must be pretty damn strong. So I don't know. I don't know what it's made of. I don't know.
exactly what it's made of, because it cannot
Right.
be too strong. If you cannot be, because the weight is going to be too much. You need too much
That's a
thrust to
good
get it up.
point.
Yeah. So and I don't know, with the Dogon tribe of Africa. They had visited of they call them the star people of Sirius. They mapped it out the hole in their cave before the people here could have seen it with the telescope. And if they map it out, and they have stories about the Sirius BC, and how how do they came here then? If that's
Oh, I see
if
what you're
there's
saying. Well,
about
maybe they come from inner Earth.
inner
Maybe
Earth,
they're
that's
already
another thing.
here. They're not coming from outer space.
That's another thing. That's I, a lot of times there's UFO, but I understand. Yeah, it could be also inner Earth beings. So that's a possibility. Huh? What's everybody thoughts on that? Oh yeah, Deborah didn't hear anything. Sound barrier. Too cold. Engine froze. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Ran out of fuel. Yeah, I don't know. There's something with the Operation Fishbowl that was got taken, because I don't believe in the flat Earth thing, but that got me thinking. Where they tried to put a nuclear or blow up a nuclear, or they did nuclear bomb in the atmosphere to break the supposed dome, and it crack open, but it seal itself back together. It's like alive.
So one of that just reminded me, I remember watching Barbara Bush. No, it was Hillary Clinton. Talking about hitting the glass roof or the glass ceiling.
Mhm.
And she would make puns out of it because they like to make fun of us, right? Like we're stupid and we don't catch these things. And and I could try and find that too. I should probably just write this stuff down and bring it when I'm actually prepared. But she and a couple other no, she referenced that I think the most that I've seen. The hitting the glass ceiling. I don't know. I am not opposed to flat earth. I don't fully subscribe to it. I don't fully subscribe to anything. I think that I'm never going to be able to fly into outer space and see. So I'm never really going to know. So I never really put in anything off the table. I think that's kind of ignorant when you say no, this isn't right when you can never see it. If you've never seen it,
No,
then
no.
you
Yeah.
can't say that. Sorry.
You know what's
So
funny? You just said hit the glass ceiling. When you said that, you know what I just thought of? The movie
what?
Willy Wonka. Remember at the end when they went out the elevator to break through the glass ceiling?
Ah.
Wonder if that has anything to do with that.
They like to
Little things that go off
it's
there.
esoteric knowledge that it's
Yeah.
magic that they like to play on us. So you never know. You never know. I mean, it's so possible.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I believe the saying was actually break the glass ceiling, because she would always have like a little thing that I guess when it was over, she was supposed to hit this ceiling and it smash open. So there wasn't a ceiling anymore for women or whatever she wanted to try to prove. But yeah, it was break the glass ceiling.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, hey, anything seems to possible, but just if let's, yeah, I don't follow that, but if the Earth is flat, let's say, wouldn't the eclipse be different? And also with the positioning of the moon, that's just perfect there between with the sun to get the eclipse, which is round.
It depends on where the shadow's coming from. So
Yes.
with what they're saying is the shadow is the moon and the sun from our perspective. Maybe the shadow's coming from something else. Maybe it's not the moon covering the sun.
Yeah, you
I've
can look
always
at it.
gotten when I watch like eclipses when you can see them, I it's never really made sense to me of how like I guess I would have to see a model of it because I'm better off. I'm better visually.
You'd have to go there. You'd have to get a better aerial view.
Yeah. Can I go to the moon or somewhere? It's just like, yeah.
Up where you could actually see it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, was anybody thoughts on the moon, for example? The moon, have anybody seen picture of things on the moon?
I've taken pictures of clouds behind the moon.
Clouds.
Mhm.
Oh,
I've taken pictures of the moon and you can see the clouds behind the moon. So
yes.
what does that mean? It means it's a lot closer than they say.
That count?
It means it has an atmosphere. That's also what I understand with Mars. It's not a red planet. The atmosphere is blue, actually. It looks like Arizona, what I understand with the surface. And also that means it has an atmosphere. That means it has water. That means it's alive.
They have so many theories out there on that too. Structures. I've seen videos of that. where
Okay,
they
I
shoot
found the video.
there and stuff. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I might be wrong. Maybe this is going all the way around. What is that, 360? So maybe this is a 360 view. Maybe I'm just seeing it wrong, but you guys tell me, okay?
All right. Let me see. Hey, Scotty boy, welcome everybody that I miss.
Yeah, hi
Juice.
everybody. Hi.
Yeah. I'm not even looking at chat that
Cheers.
much. Sorry, guys.
Blessings, everybody.
So I don't need to turn on the volume here. Okay.
Okay.
All right, there's the sun. It's not actually this part, so we'll just watch.
Oh, wow.
Because it's on a balloon, that's why it's going. Oh, there's the sun. Did that go 360? Wait, look. Here's the sun right there. That was
Okay.
not 360. Was it?
Didn't look it.
Let's just keep looking and see if we can figure the sun.
Wait,
Okay.
up there you got miles per hour at
Sun.
somewhere.
Earth. Okay, so here we can do. Maybe that was okay. So what I'm gonna do is sun. Wait, that's not. Wish I could go 10 seconds on this. So let's look at the land. What does the land look like with the first go around? So we've got the sun. Land. Okay, so there's like water and stuff. Can I go 10 seconds back? Okay. So sun, earth, sun. Didn't that seem? Oh wait, there's the sun.
What? And then there's a part.
Wait. Okay, there's the sun. That was 360.
That cloud is even an awful big shadow. Okay. We had something to look right.
So
Whole
the
right.
sun is here. And then right there. How is that 360 unless it just went by? Maybe it just seems like it's not 360 because it's so high. What's the chat saying?
Well, look.
I've been drunk and had that view before.
But first of all, that sun right there, period, is something behind it. It's two. It's not just one. You can tell by looking at it. It's not just round. The main
Yeah, I
one.
think that
There.
I don't.
There's one behind that. So
Slow
there's
it
two.
down.
And then that's just
Slow it
another
down.
one hidden. That would be a third one.
That's slow, right?
So,
Yeah, that's slow. Let's slow it
How
down.
many suns do you see?
Apparently, there's more than one.
Yeah, tell you.
Okay, we got it much slower here. So there's the sun.
Yeah.
And then look at the earth too.
Look at the shape of that sun. That's not one sun, so that's two. Two, maybe even three. Who knows? Because then you got the other one that pops up somewhere.
Absolutely. If we got two sons, I don't want to have to go through winter anymore. One of them can stay right
Right.
here.
No more snow, okay?
Yeah.
No more spinning.
Well, I like, of course, being moisture, but I should have told people, yeah, by the way, this might make you seasick. I send you healing for your no bueno. The way, are you talking to me? Well, I send you healing too. You obviously need it.
That's crazy. Look, I'm looking at the shadow from the sun or cloud. That the whole picture just when you go around don't seem right between the clouds, the sun. There's that pretty blue beam.
It does look like there's two.
Told you. There's more than there's one behind it. There's always something faithfully behind it.
See, that looks like the second sun to me.
Yeah.
I wonder if the simulator is behind the sun and then there's a second sun that sits off somewhere.
One.
That's why they keep obscuring it with clouds.
There's multiple sun simulators, if that's true.
Oh, okay, yeah, or simulators. There you go. And that's why I keep finding a few. And it's like as soon as they go to come together, it's covered with clouds. So conveniently.
And not people just don't look up anymore. They're too busy on their phones. I mean, there's all kinds of things in your sky if you just look.
Yeah.
Lay down on your car, lay on the front of and just look up in the sky and just concentrate on one area for maybe 15, 20 minutes and see if you don't see at least one thing shoot through there and you're like, wait a minute, what was that? Because they're all over the place. If you have the time to sit there and look, you'll see something.
Yeah, some people don't have the time. There's a lot of people don't have the time or they're too. Like Amber said, she works in her yard a lot.
Scotty boy, that was just a video I found with a balloon that got from I think they were students. I'm not sure where, but they put sent a balloon up into lower space to just check it out. And I could have swore that it showed two suns. So I was just trying to show you guys what I was seeing to see if you saw the same thing. That's all that
Check
was.
this out.
That's right. That was kids doing that. Our
What'd you say, Alex?
Let me see if it's sharing. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, it did? Oh, wait. No, it didn't. Damn it. Okay. Oh, it's not sharing?
Yeah, I want to slow that video down because I watched it a couple times the night. I wasn't prepared to show it to you guys. I just wanted to show you tonight. So it's not like preparation or anything. So no bueno.
Thanks for teasing us, Amber. We thought we were going to get a whole big show out of this thing.
Hey, I showed you the rocket. That was kind of cool.
Trying to break the glass down.
Because things like that, like you have to watch it a bunch to kind of figure out what you're looking at sometimes, So I'm at least glad I watched it with you guys so you could tell me I was full of shit.
Thank you.
That's all good. Check this out. Apparently, this double sun video from China goes viral on the web. It also it went on the news there.
Okay, yeah. Look, bam, busted side by side, like twin flames. Twin flame suns.
Apparently it is. Yeah, this went viral on the Chinese news there because it seems like it was visible for a lot of people. Mysteries of two suns in China's sky leave scientists puzzled.
I was gonna tell you, China supposedly does have. I have the Oh, I'm sorry. It's the Korean artificial sun simulator.
I think
They have.
China did too.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have.
China
I
too.
think they're at least they did or they're working on it right now.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a
Yeah.
big machine. When you look at it, it is a big, huge machine. This thing. It's
Oh,
crazy.
Scotty Boy said they launch a sun, so they have launched it already.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Korean artificial sun superconducting fusion device, also known as the Korean artificial sun. Isn't that something?
If you're able to zoom in on the very bottom of the right hand side, I think it says made by Samsung. If you see it,
Look, is
Samsung.
is Samsung Chinese? I don't know.
I don't know. It was just a
I,
joke, dude.
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no,
I
but
wonder. I think
I
it's
think it is a China
Japanese.
name, though, but it might be.
no, but wait. It's
Mhm.
funny you mentioned Samsung because Samsung is so big. They have a military division department.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
Not a lot of
Really?
people know that. Yeah.
Samsung. Oh my God.
Yes.
They probably have their own military. No, they probably have all that own stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah.
I'll
So
be back,
they.
y'all.
All right. Cool. They have a military. Yeah, they make weapons. They work with the
Let's
military
see.
too.
Who else? Who else launched a sun? Who recently? What other country can we
Other
explore?
other countries that I know are capable of launching things into space: China, Japan,
What about
and
UK? Europe? Let me.
yeah, they
Where
have
should I
the
look?
European
I'm
Union
joking.
Space Commission.
You know I'm joking. I'm
No,
joking.
they have
No, I know,
European.
but I'm joking about that. I mean, it's that comical. I'm sorry, it is.
Uh,
How many suns
uh,
can we get in the sky? Who's gonna be the first winner? Oh, we are.
how long is gonna stay in the sky?
Wait,
Right.
wait.
Ah, made by Samsung Assembly Mexico.
I'm really.
Oh, it was launched in Korea. Yeah, I imagine North Korea, no? North Korea.
It's said
Apparently,
Korea,
North Korea and China are working hand in
maintained
hand.
by Russia.
Uh, that's
That's
funny.
just that's crazy.
Hey, you never know, guy. You never know.
So maybe that's something that might be exposed this year. Hey, we got more than one sun, people. Joke's on you. Don't look up.
Yeah,
You
they're
gotta
really
have
trying.
shades to look up.
They're really trying to control everything, but they're gonna succeed now. Hey,
Well,
Backwoods, welcome. Brandy Robinson, welcome.
I would say they control a lot of stuff so far, though. Almost
Through that.
damn near anything. Well, hell, if they're trying to push vaccines on us and not breathe, okay. And now we got to worry about what's in the water. Even
Hey,
more so than
the people.
before. I would
Oh
say,
yeah,
to be honest,
yeah,
I would say we're
yeah.
trapped like rats.
Well, not well. Well, people need to stop speaking up,
Yep.
stop complying with the system. That's
Yep.
the thing. I think they're gonna do another round. They're gonna push another round of this stupid jab. I think I'm gonna go on the TV here again. I'm gonna sell names. I'm gonna mention the Prime Minister of Aruba and the Health Minister, which actually they don't have background in health, so they're unqualified for that position to start with.
I got
So if they start
something
pushing,
for that.
I'm gonna go for their ass.
I got
Absolutely.
something for what you just said. They're pushing the third round. Now, listen what thought just came into my head one day. There's supposed to be like three waves of people waking up, becoming aware. We
Yeah.
have three waves of the vaccines You notice that? We got 3 of them.
Yeah, I
3
know.
waves.
Dolores Cannon also
So
talked about
think,
3-way.
so think, each group, stay with me for a minute, each group of people becoming aware, you've got a vaccine for. Each group that comes along the line, they got it set up for. To just shut them down more. To shut us down more. So there is a thing, a jibby jabby, for each wave of people to be aware.
And I got a different way of looking at things because I'm thinking,
What do you
yeah,
think?
it looks like it's bad and it looks like it's going to harm a lot of people. But then another side of me says, but this is a trigger and it's helping other people see that the government wants to control your body. They want to control everything. And, women's rights used to be you could have one if you wanted to, an abortion, because it was your body. But it's not your body anymore now because they want to shove chemicals in it. So, I mean, which is it? Is it your sovereign body or is it their little plaything to make you take these chemicals anytime they want to? So it could be a gift. It could wake enough people up that it propels everybody over the top and it actually quits. There's something that happens and everybody says enough is enough,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
and
all
it
of these
wakes
things
up.
has happened. Have you seen that this jabby COVID pandemic thing has awakened a lot of people? It has like speed up the process. There's
Right.
still a lot of sleep, but it awakened a lot of people up too to what's going on to make them do more
Yeah.
research.
My spiritual advisor gave me that one. She had me look at things a different way. I was seeing things at one angle, and sometimes you have to look at another angle to see the
Another
other
angle.
information there.
Yeah.
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 Hey, cheers, Greenie.
I agree with that. But yeah, I was just thinking that one day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a little strange. You got 3 vaccines, and I keep hearing three waves of people becoming aware. So I thought
Yeah.
one had to do with the other. Like to put together little pieces of the
Yeah.
puzzle.
I know Dolores can also talk about 3 wave of people coming here. For the whole awakening process, for the transitioning of
For,
Earth.
yeah, for different cycles or something. I heard that too. Different
3 different
cycles.
souls. You got the first one that make ways,
Yeah.
and then the last one are the new children that their DNA is already intact, ready, on a
Eh,
high vibration. Yeah.
Are you guys experiencing any kids? You guys have kids out there? Are you experiencing any of them? I have an 18-year-old and a 6. And I can tell you the difference between the 18-year-old and the 6-year-old is a drastic dip. My niece just sat at the computer tonight, my 6-year-old niece, and figured out a whole art program app, how to draw on it and do all that. 6 years old, pumped out a couple pictures, printed them, and was like, next, Auntie Kim. These kids are becoming very powerful, very smart. My 18-year-old couldn't do that at that age, but my 18-year-old right now, if he just watches something, he could do it.
Yeah.
They're
That's
becoming
why.
powerful.
That's why they're pushing also the jabby jab. There's a list of things, but also to damage our DNA, then it
Absolutely.
cannot be activated.
Because as each generation of kid that's born, DNA is activated more and more. So they're trying to stop that from happening. But yeah.
And you mentioned those kids too, and yeah, that's what it's all about because kids don't realize they have certain limitations when they're growing up. They don't know anything about that. They haven't been brainwashed yet. So they still have a lot of their connections. They don't have the chemicals in them and everything. And I think that's where you'll probably see the first change.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly, Scotty. Boy, it's up to us to clear the path for them.
Yes.
As parents, as adults, too many people turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye.
Yeah, that's true. We are born powerful. They poison us from the time we came out of the womb. That's true. That's true.
Yep,
This is your experience that you came to experience. So don't be afraid. There's nothing to fear. You were a kid. You weren't scared. Get out there and do it. That's why they're trying to. That's what this frequency is all about. And there's only 24 hours in a day. So if you can do something you love for 4 or 5 hours in that day, I mean, why not do it? Because that's that many hours that you get your frequency up.
true. Exactly. Something you like, something that's going to uplift you.
Yeah, true. Yes, that's
Something
true.
that, I like to work on things that will progress my skills, skills I didn't have before.
That's
The
true.
stuff you thought you could never do, and you're like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, well, guess what? You find out later on when you try it, I could do it. Never knew it
You probably had dreams of doing it though, and that was probably not dreams. Those are probably memories from where you did it before.
before. I thought about that too. It's stuff I did in past lives. And it's coming
Hmm.
back to me now.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, here's something else I want to show. It's a topic. I don't want you guys and ladies thought of it. Have you ever heard of chronovisor?
Oh, I
Corona
don't think
visor? Like a
Yeah, check
beer
it out.
visor? What?
A beer visor?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. The Corona beer. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bad
Mm.
joke? Okay, I get it. uh,
Well, I didn't understand. I was too high.
that's okay.
That was too
Or you
high.
didn't know the beer was.
Mm,
Which was it?
mm.
Okay.
Just something. All right, let me play this. It's not long, but it's not a beer or whatever you're talking about.
Apparently.
Ah, all right, here you go.
With our short but extraordinary existence on this planet so far, humanity has experienced and written an incredible history. We have cataloged these events to the best of our knowledge and do all that we can to learn about past events and actions. But that can be fairly difficult to do given limited information and details. But what if there was a device that allowed you to look into the past and to photograph and witness the events as if you were the director of what was taking place? This is the story of one such device that's been rumored to exist that can do just that. So join us here on Mystery Archives as we dive into the strange but interesting story of the chronovisor. But before
Mm.
the timeline is rough at best, so I've done what I can do to try and piece it all together. The device known as the chronovisor was first mentioned by a man known as Father Francois Bruni in his 2002 book, The Vatican's New Mystery. Claimed to have been originally built by Pellegrino Ernetti, an Italian priest and scientist during World War II. Ernetti and Bruni first met when crossing the Venice Canal in the 1970s. Both being foreign language experts and biblical scholars, they got into discussions over their biblical interpretations. It was out of these discussions that day that Bruni first heard of the device that would become known as the chronovisor. The device was said to be a large wooden cabinet fitted with cathode ray tubes and having many levers and buttons, sort of like a TV, but one that was capable of functional time viewing, being able to see both the past and future events. It worked by receiving
Oh,
and decoding electromagnetic radiation left behind.
hey,
It
check.
produced both a
Wait, I'm gonna go back here because
We're
yes.
doing it
It
now.
worked by receiving and
well,
decoding to
Wait,
see
wait.
both the past.
Oh, hold. Okay, here. Supposed photo taken with the chronovisor of Jesus Christ. This is supposed to be a true photo.
That could be
Just
anyone.
Exactly. Looking at him right now.
How can you tell that's Jesus?
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe they
I don't
were
know.
like putting a code through. Maybe there was a specific code, but
We're looking at him.
that could be anybody.
Yeah. I knew his first cousin named Juan. It looks like him.
I know.
Well,
Juan, long time no see.
is Lois, are you there?
Oh, this is interesting.
Yes, I'm here.
I know. What's the
Can you-
coronavisor? I'm so curious. What is it?
I'm gonna continue playing. Just want Lois to check if this picture is the real picture.
You
But
know
they
that. You
tamper
know
with it.
better.
Well,
It's
just
Jesus.
curious.
It's
You know
Jesus.
Just curious.
That's a
Don't
sign.
worry. All right. Then play it out.
And future events. It worked by receiving and decoding electromagnetic radiation left behind. This produced both a rough visual and audio replica of said events. And the story goes that the device was constructed and demonstrated by Ernetti in conjunction with a team of scientists, the likes which included Enrico Fermi, the creator of the world's first nuclear reactor, and Werner von Braun, the famous rocket scientist, among others. Although more details of this encounter aren't available, he then said the project was soon shut down by Pope Pius XII towards the end of World War II, due to the device's power being more than what any man could handle, and that the device's potential to create a dictatorship.
Didn't his cross look like it was upside down?
Was just too great.
Rewind that a little bit,
Yeah.
Alex.
It was then taken
Yes,
and
it
hidden
did.
away within the walls of the Vatican. Ernetti would later claim to
Right.
have witnessed numerous historical
Tell me where it was.
dictatorship, the likes the world has never seen
Oh,
before.
more
was
behind,
just
huh?
too
I
great
bet you these dudes were
towards the end
Masons.
of World War II, due to the device.
Oh, not really.
Right there.
Oh,
Doesn't
look
that
at
look like an upside down cross?
Yes, it
It
is.
looks like
Yes, it does.
this part is longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how interesting. What if
A
Wow.
little detail there, huh?
Lovely person.
just a weird, I don't know.
I bet you all of these
Don't
people
look
that
like
this
it.
person's bringing up that created this thing are Masons. I bet you every single one of them are.
Yes.
Or with some
Yes.
kind of society, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whether it's Masons or any of them, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I don't
What
know.
I understand now, the Jesuit order are in control there. The Jesuit order, if you heard of them.
Jesuits,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
they've always been in control, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back after this is over and write down all these guys' names. Or if anybody else wants to do it, you can feel free, and we can talk about it.
All right. Cool. And play the rest.
Okay.
Power being more than what any man could handle, and that the device's potential to create a dictatorship, the likes the world has never seen before, was just too great of a risk. It was then taken and hidden away within the walls of the Vatican. Ernetti would later claim to have witnessed numerous historical events, such as Christ's crucifixion, which he provided photographs to prove. One photograph in particular would circulate and appear in a famous Italian news magazine on May 2nd, 1972. Other events he said to have witnessed were a performance in Rome in 169 BC of the lost tragedy Thyestes by Quintus Ennius, to which he reconstructed the missing ending to, witnessing the original stone tablets given to Moses on Mount Sinai, and seeing speeches given by Napoleon himself. Ernetti would also state that when conditions were absolutely perfect, it would allow him to see into the future, although when asked he was secretive, stating that he was not at liberty to discuss things any further. After the release of these articles, skeptics came forward claiming that the photos of Jesus were that of a recreation of a wooden carving, and other skeptics claimed that the ending of Thyestes had simply been made up by Ernetti. considering it contained words that
Jesus
weren't known
wasn't
to
white.
exist during that time period. His claims
That's
were then
what I
formally
heard.
denied by the Vatican and deemed as a hoax. After this, not much was heard about the chronovisor until 1988, when the Vatican issued a strange warning stating that anyone using an instrument with such characteristics would be excommunicated. This is fairly odd considering such a machine didn't exist, or so they said. In 1994, Father Ernetti passed away, but prior to his passing, he wrote a letter in which he insisted that the device was indeed real and not a hoax, that the photographs he provided the news magazine were indeed real and not that of a wood carving that had simply been recreated. He then further elaborated that Pope Pius XII had the device locked away within the Vatican catacombs, away from the public. It's hard to say if such a device ever did truly exist, but regardless, I think it makes for a very interesting topic for the imagination. But what do you think? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for new mysteries every single Sunday.
Cool.
It's a sham.
What's your
I just
thoughts
didn't
on
get
it?
good, I didn't get good feelings off it. It gave me icky feelings in my stomach, which tells me it's a fucking sham. Plus, Jesus wasn't white, so
That
their
tells how you
interpretation of Jesus was wrong.
tell us how you really feel, Amber.
Oh, should I hold back? Sorry.
No, I like that. You're just blunt.
I hold back. I always hold back in my life, so sometimes I get a little
Yeah.
free when I forget that a bunch of people are watching.
I know that's good. No, I'm kind of the same way. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, oops. Okay, yeah.
That's how I feel, though. It is what
I don't
it is.
know. I can't say nothing about that. I don't know. I have no clue.
I don't know either. I'd have to
None
hear
of it.
more.
I'm still
Yeah.
new to the whole creator and the process, anyways. So
How do you see in the future, since we are so unpredictable, anything is possible out of chaos? Yes, Brand.
Yeah, and anything is possible because it's all in the eye of the beholder. Whatever we focus our attention to is going to manifest itself. So, and that's why we have so many arguments with a bunch of people, because their reality doesn't reflect our reality, and then we just have this confusion.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, who knows? I believe that maybe there was a Jesus here, and maybe he was like a spirit guide, or maybe he was a master just trying to show people how to do things. And maybe he pissed on everybody's Cheerios when he did that, and they wanted to get rid of him. He's not. We know he's not white, but I mean, there's a Jesus on 57th Street. I get THC from. It could have been like one of his relatives or something. Yeah, all stories have maybe 20% actual truth in them. You know, the 80% is kind of the details that people sling around a lot. But I mean, if you see those same stories, you kind of see them over and over and over again. So who's not to say that there's not different people in different times that come and present themselves like this Jesus figure as maybe a spirit guide or something in that level, a master of something. And maybe he came back to show people the right way to do things, and they just didn't like what he had to say.
Yeah.
I found this video. If you're interested, go. The channel's name is The Ancient Gift, and I'm going to be starting a new series with October on that channel. But she did a video with a gentleman who I can't remember his name, but he was linking the zodiac to the Bible, and how all the passages had a link to each sign, and he explained it. And they're going to do a part 2 because they need to go further to get this, you know, just kind of dialed in for all of us watchers. But I would suggest watching it. I don't fully subscribe to anything, like I said before, but I think it's very interesting. I think there's a little bit of truth to everything.
Absolutely.
You know, because we're so more expansive than what we realize. And I think that we should give ourselves the benefit of the doubt to believe that, that a lot of this stuff can exist at the same time. Maybe
Amber,
not one thing is true.
yeah.
Maybe
What,
everything is a little true.
what was the name you were saying again?
The channel's name is The Ancient Gift, and her name is October. She's the one I'm going to be doing. We'll have our own little show once a week on that channel, but I believe it's the last video she just posted, and you'll see it says something in the title about like
Oh yeah,
the
trip.
zodiac astrology and biblical
Oh,
terms or
yeah, the
something like that.
scrolls, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
UFO. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
It was pretty interesting. I was the only one in chat because it's a smaller channel right now, but I was talking to myself in chat. I was like all pumped up, like this is so cool. Not everybody's going to agree with it, but it's still cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Nice, cool.
It adds another option to what you have in your brain right now when you start learning about the different things that you can experience, or find out about. There's people before you that are just kind of like, they weren't easily programmed like we aren't easily programmed. I guarantee there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And there's a reason why the Bible is in parables, because parables are meant to get your imagination going, to like link all these different types of stories, and it could be this and it could be that, but really when you think about it, it all kind of means the same thing.
Because you're like taking pieces from each one. Yeah, you're taking pieces from each one.
Yeah.
And putting it together like a puzzle. And I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. So,
and
yeah.
it's fun for our imaginary, it gets our right brain working, it gets our creative side working more. It's like forces us to think on a deeper level.
Yes, that's true.
And it brings about more skills that you didn't know you had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fun too, because then, you have your inner child that comes out, and it's like, woo.
Yeah.
Don't ever accept a limitation. Strive to be the best that you can and get back past that limitation. None of the legends or none of the people that our beings look up to ever listen to the word no. They didn't hear stop. They just kept going, and they took things to another level. And they had a limit at the time too, and they broke their limit, if you think about it that way. So why can't you?
Yep.
Good point. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I see Bamboo wrote, and they took the code and used it against us over society. The numbers don't lie.
Don't lie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they run everything else.
And then when you learn what codes to use against their codes to break their codes, then you have something.
Yeah, there you go. Use
It's
our
like,
codes, break their codes, and then they got to break other codes.
yeah, it's like they put a virus into us. Well, we have the same ability to break that virus and use their own virus against them. They say it's a lot easier than how we make it. And, it's because we use our own logical mind and we try to figure it out in our brain. So we make it more complicated than it should be, but it is complicated, when we're in this state of mind. But eventually, person by person, we're going to start breaking those codes and figuring out what we need to do.
Yeah, we already are, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every time you do, it feels great, doesn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Feels good in the head. I know that.
It's all about breaking those patterns, seeing things a little differently.
Yeah, Bamboo put, I heard recently that maybe only way we can communicate with aliens or other forms of life is mathematics. I don't know for sure, but it's interesting theory.
Yeah, that is interesting. Mathematics. Okay, so they got algebra and they got all these different maths. I don't know. That is interesting.
I think it's going to be easier to communicate telepathic, so you cannot get misunderstanding.
I would prefer telepathic over mathematics. Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on the person. Because not everybody is mathematically inclined. Some people are more logically inclined. Well, mathematics is kind of logic, but just there's different types of viewpoints that people come from. And I think it's the intention. It's just like, because I've had friends who were so dead set on seeing aliens, and they saw a huge ship in front. They were having a family reunion and there was like 50 people there, and everyone saw it. And that was because there was a couple people, just a couple, who were dead set on seeing a spacecraft. And only those couple people it took for that to happen in front of 50 people, So it just depends on the person,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, if somebody sees something that doesn't believe in what they're seeing, it causes them to like have cognitive dissonance, and they don't even believe themselves anymore. They lose total touch with reality because their ego doesn't want to admit that it was fooled. It was fooled into believing a certain thing, and you can show all the evidence you want, but if that person's not ready, it's like a drug addict that's not ready to quit. They're stuck in this frequency, and it's like quicksand. And I, that what happens in marriages a lot these days. In marriage, some people grow, the other people get stuck, and they grow apart. So yeah, it's all about not reacting first and finding out, is this real energy that I'm feeling? Is this a threat? Or is this just energy in general? And this is what it's changing to be, because people are getting this energy now, and they're not handling it.
I think that's how a lot of us felt when we started down this
Yeah.
of becoming aware of things, that we were like, whoa, we had that, like you said,
Yeah.
cognitive dissonance. I can't say the second part.
You get stuck in this blockage, is what it is. You just got to get help and getting out of that blockage.
I believe nothing I
Yeah.
know or feel. Yeah.
You're
You
either
just
having
are.
an experience, you're having a lesson, and you're supposed to learn something during this lesson, or it's a distraction, and you're just distracting yourself from getting on your yellow brick road. So you got to find the breadcrumbs that you left there to take you back there. Little shiny things always are. Humans love little shiny things, so we just go towards it, and no matter what. And sometimes we just lose our path back. We need help getting back.
They distract us and keep us from us.
Yeah.
Isn't that some irony shit right there? Excuse
Yeah.
my French. They keep us distracted to keep us away from us.
Yeah. Well, they
So we're
hide the
there
knowledge
all
too.
the time.
Yeah. They hide all the knowledge.
You know. So we went out of body, went somewhere, because we were too focused on this other crap around us,
Yeah.
and we were right there all along. And meanwhile, we're a lot of people. Well, I know I was,
Yeah.
trying
And
to chase
so,
stuff down.
sorry, Kimba.
That's okay. I'm done. Go ahead.
So what I was gonna say is they keeping us from us. Okay. So if we look at things in the huge maximum spectrum, what is they? Who is they? Are they us? Because if we're a part of the infinite and we're just little specks, this is what I believe. So if you guys don't believe the same thing, you may not be, vibing with this, but you can definitely tell me what you think. So there's spectrums of us is going out because we're a part of God. So if we're a part of God, inevitably everybody is a part of God. Everything, this microphone, this can, everything is a piece of God. So they are a piece of God. we are all God inevitably. So we are they. So are we just playing a trick on ourselves? It is they us. Is this just a game that we're playing with ourselves
With ourselves. Uh-huh. Wow.
to show
Uh-huh.
ourselves that so my belief is that there's one infinite being, and it only can feel itself. It doesn't understand the difference between it and other things, so it has to separate parts of itself to feel different parts of itself. So it has to separate itself and create some beings that are miserable just to feel that misery, because all it feels is infinity, right? So it's like, I want to feel something else. Basically, I'm God and I'm bored. So I want to express myself. I want to feel myself. So I'm going to bring out some horrible people that's going to express a part of what I'm capable of, so I can feel that. Now I'm going to bring out this other part where there's love and there's rescuing and there's this compassion and everything. And then I'm going to bring out this and there's infinite. I mean, you can think of all these animals and creatures in the ocean. Every single little one of those creatures is just a little speck of what God is, to experience another feeling of what God wants to experience. I say God in a very loose term, so you apply it to how you want to.
Yeah.
So basically, we're just a part of that. We are just God that is trying to express itself in a different way, and it's playing tricks on itself, like, not tricks. Let me rephrase that. So it's like, okay, I'm here as Amber, and I have issues that I've had to go through with in my life, and I've had to experience hardships and this and that and this and that. But it's how I respond to it and how I grow from these experiences, so that I can, like, feel the pain that it is to be separate from the all one, feel that pain. But then once I start to want to get out of it, that's the good part. That's the juicy part, where you start to come closer to God again. And so you can become one. And it takes a long time. You have to go through many lives to hit nirvana. And so you get to experience all of this stuff. And as long as you keep making good choices and going closer to the one source, eventually you'll land back there again. And then you're there. And then you're probably going to get bored again eventually after hundreds of millions of years. And you're just going to come back here and do it all again. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it's almost like this game that we just chose to come down to so that we could experience ourselves. Because inevitably, we can make bad choices. We can end up being murderers and bad people, and that'll descend us, and it'll make us go lives backwards, and it's going to take us a hell of a lot longer to hit nirvana again. So I don't know if hopefully people understand what I'm saying, but basically I think that we put ourselves here, and we can't always play the blame game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This planet's got good music, but I don't want to stay here that long. It's time to move on. When it's time to move on, learn your lessons. Don't get stuck.
Yeah, if you're tired of it and you don't want to be here anymore, make good choices, be as good a person as you can be, do what you can to be a good person, and go forward and experience another level,
Yeah.
But if you choose to make bad choices, it's going to be on you when you're living in a life that's a little bit harder next time.
Yes.
I got everybody quiet. Did I put everybody to sleep?
No.
Yeah.
You just, no, it got me thinking. That's
Hey,
all.
Kunjin Queen went to bed. Have a good night, Kunjin Queen.
Good night, babes.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bless you.
No, I can understand that we go to different lifetime. I pretty sure think we were a baby soul. I think we much all here are mature and old souls. So we went through all those experience already to get, oh no, we're not gonna do that because the consequence of it. And that's the paradox in this universe. Everything you go through is something to learn and make you grow. Sometimes you stay in the circle, keep coming to the same lessons, till you grow out.
More or
But yeah.
less gut. Yeah. Yeah,
But it continues learning. It's never ending. It's infinite. Like
Yep.
the
Constant
human,
change. We are constant
Yeah.
change.
you're constantly evolving mentally, spiritually,
yeah.
Yeah,
physically.
and we can go backwards and we can devolve just as easily as we can evolve.
True.
You know, that's why it's good. That's why it's important to be on a path. You know, choose the path less taken. Do things that you're not, because if you do things that you're used to doing, you're just going to end up being in this repeated cycle. We're not here to be repeating cycles. We're here to get out of these cycles and move forward.
For sure.
For show.
I'm
That's
a
for sure.
second that.
For show.
I'm sorry. Debbie Downer over here, but I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
And to go back in
Good.
time, do all.
And that's the key to it. Feel great. Feel great as
Yeah.
much as you can feel great. Do whatever you can to put yourself in that mood, because the more you're in that mood, you can't feel sad or angry or any of those other emotions when you're feeling love and you're feeling joy in what you're doing. They have to leave.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
Hey, Kimba,
Yes.
you know what I put on now?
What?
An honest meditation. Fuck that.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. These are always fun.
It's also to help
Short,
let
sweet,
go.
and fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's short. 2:30.
Short, sweet, and fun.
Yes.
Yes.
I think Amber have heard of this already, and I don't know,
Love
David, if you heard of this. Oh yeah, check it out.
Sit or lie comfortably, quietly. Allow yourself to be here, fully, in this moment. With your eyes closed, begin to connect with your inner world of thought and feeling. Gradually, let the horseshit of the external world fade from your awareness. If you find your mind wandering to other thoughts, don't let it concern you. Just acknowledge that all that shit is fucking bullshit. You're here now, in this place, with your inner stillness. Those bitches can't get under your skin. They can't even. Take in a deep breath. Now breathe out. Just feel the fucking nonsense float away. Take full, deep breaths. Breathe in strength. Breathe out bullshit. Allow your breathing to discover its own natural, unhurried pace. If your thoughts drift to the three-ring shit show of your life, bring your attention back to your breathing. And with each breath, feel your body saying, fuck that. With passive acceptance, just allow distracting thoughts to float by. Fuck that. With each breath you take, your thoughts become lighter, and all the soul-eating cocksuckers just fall away into nothing. Take a moment to appreciate the silence. Those assholes can't piss all over a purity like this. You are weightless, timeless, without beginning or end. Completely relaxed and free of thought. And as you slowly open your eyes, greet the world and everything in it with a new, beautiful breath of fuck that.
That will help with people
Fuck
energy.
that.
You need to get a job at a 1-900 number, Amber. That voice, girl. That was cute. I like that.
I was just copying a dude.
I was like, whoa, my.
Fuck that.
Right.
Fuck
Yeah, it's
that.
relaxing. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go with
And it's a good laugh.
That was
yeah,
nice. Actually, I liked it.
yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with 5 minutes more. Close down 2:30 there, and then 2:25 now. Yeah, it
Well,
was a good night.
it's interesting to throw ideas and theories around. You
Yeah,
know, that's what it's nice to do with people because honestly, I will say for me, I can't say nothing for sure. I have no idea. I have no clue, but I am
Yeah.
very open minded to hearing any thoughts from anybody because, like everyone said, it's just like putting maybe pieces together, and if you sit and think about it, and then you come maybe listen to your own things within you, okay, maybe you might start coming up with stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
Something
I
different.
will
Something
never
that,
be like, this is this for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, there's some information out there though that will prove, will prove it wrong, but I'm not gonna sit there and try to
I
sway
see
people.
more and more things was gonna come out. There was with the some people
Things,
say Jesus was crucified. There's another Bible that they found is 1,500-year-old, and it says that Jesus wasn't crucified. They escaped to south of France, and there's a part of south of France called Maria Magdalene, on Jesus' wife. So,
how much
and they
more
supposedly
information?
they, huh?
I was just gonna say,
Yeah, there's a lot of information. So it's one day it's gonna come out for sure. What's what? We're gonna find out for sure. I think in this reality.
Yeah, they can only hold on to it for so long before it's. I mean, the word's going to get out. It's going to get out on the street, and somebody's going to come and they're going to get it because
they're
nobody
all,
can ever. Yeah, nobody ever holds on to it. It always switches hands.
they have to because the stories are getting more ridiculous. They're getting more out of hand. They're getting more amplified. I'm hearing more and more and more. So they're just putting
Yeah.
band-aid over band-aid over band-aid. And well, guess
Yeah.
what? We're gonna rip that bitch off. Is what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Your hero's journey, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to get through. All good movies, it's the final fight scene when the person starts to believe in themselves and starts handing back the ass kicking that they were getting. They start to believe in themselves, and they get to that enough is enough point and said, nope, I'm not going to let you take any more of my energy. I'm going to keep it for me. I don't believe in you anymore, and I never really did. I might have been brainwashed, but I don't believe in what you're preaching to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't resonate.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
know I don't
Yeah,
got time for it no more.
yeah, yeah. Just go. Your vibe will attract your tribe.
Yep.
Maybe you're gonna go sometimes alone, but then you will attract the correct people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is a
Patience.
game. If you think you came here to play with one person or no, this is all you. You're going to have to make all the decisions because this is your hero's journey and this is your rise that you're going through. So nobody knows you better than you. I can't tell you what you like to do. I can't tell if you music, movies. I don't know you that well. So you got to figure it out. Figure out what you want to spend your time on because that's
Yeah.
important.
And
And
a
it's
lot.
hard too because what we want to spend our time on and what we need to do to make money are typically two different
Mhm.
things.
Absolutely.
And we spend so much time on making money that we're so tired to do what we really want, And it's just so sad. It sucks.
Part of the
Yeah,
game to keep people keeping against it for the Joneses. You want better than your neighbor, and it goes back and forth. And yeah, they grab a hold of you.
yeah. It's a
Yeah,
competition.
Yeah.
this reality is
It's not the easy one.
No.
yeah.
Right.
No, what's
But
the
we gonna do it. We here, so we gotta do it, and we gonna do it.
Right. We came this far. That's what I say. I
Apparently,
didn't come this far for nothing.
yeah, we chose to be here. So
Yeah,
So we already won.
no matter what, we always gonna be here, no matter where we are. We gonna be somewhere.
Right.
yes,
Might as well make the
We
most of
were
it.
in this,
Might
motherfuckers.
as well make, right? Might as well make the most of it. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Make the
Yeah.
most of it. Don't dwell on it.
Yeah, that's true. You have to make most of it.
You
Just, you know,
dwell, you go crazy.
just remember to ground. And this month is very to go in
And make
yourself.
friends. Vibe with
Yeah.
certain people. You don't have to make friends with everyone, but at least find a couple people, like if you're
That's
working or something, that'd
That's
be
one
cool.
thing I was gonna say before, Amber. When you said, you just reminded me, and I forgot. When you said, yeah, how you will vibe with the right people. A lot of people will mistaken that for, oh, well, they're not accepting everybody, and they're not unconditionally loving everyone, and all that.
I'm not unconditional. I have conditions, motherfucker.
Yeah,
If you're gonna be in my life, I have conditions. I'm
I was
sorry.
just gonna say,
I
going
never
back
claim I'm unconditional love.
and then I
No, bitch.
realized,
If you
you know
suck,
what?
you're fucking
Yeah,
out.
you're protecting your energy field. When I talk
Yeah.
about it, you're protecting so you can,
And my
yeah,
sanity.
you're protecting
And the other
your
person.
yeah,
No
yeah.
way before I suck you,
Everything.
motherfucker.
If anybody doesn't like what I say, send comments to Rufus. Rufus will take care of it. He was Anubis in a previous lifetime, so he looks forward to hearing from you.
Call the complaint department, right?
Absolutely. He likes to hear the complaint department.
All right, Rufus, we got this.
No. Oh.
So
Oh, yeah,
really,
that's
Amber, I'm just channeling him the whole time. He's the one that's saying everything. He thinks it's funny that people get upset.
No. Yeah, my Michelle says my circle is extremely tight. Yeah.
Extremely
Because-
tight, yeah, and that way also made a good point. I unconditionally love you all. I don't have to like any of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice way, right? I don't have to like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
It's
Yeah,
like wanting the best for people, but you can do that over on your side of the
yeah,
world.
in
In
your
your
reality, in your
Yeah.
bubble. Yeah.
And if you have an open mind, you don't have to resonate with them all the time. You don't have to believe and feel they're right all the time. You can set that stuff aside.
I
and then when
actually
you,
love that. But when people start bringing it to me and
Yeah.
like combating me, I'm like, listen, not everything I say you need to argue with me, okay?
Yeah.
you set those
Like
things
we're cool now,
Yeah,
but if you
aside.
keep doing this, we're not gonna be cool no more.
and you don't have to dismiss them, put them aside, because when you have that experience later, you might find that they were right, or you might find they were
You're
wrong.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there.
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, now I see what they meant. Okay. Should I call him now or
Oh, that's funny. That's when you have self-reflection.
yeah.
Get close to
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, see that's a big thing about being a human is we got to be humble too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta make sure to check ourselves or let other people check us sometimes. But there's people where I'm just like, you gotta go.
And on the self-reflection, they think they kind of like kick you in the nuts when you get up in the morning, because you get all this Barbie and Ken stuff, but you're supposed to be yourself. But they show you a different thing. They show you you're supposed to be like this, and it's all just part of the programming. Believe in yourself. I promise you, it's going to get better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Barbie and Ken stuff. That especially if you watch a lot of social media stuff, or like with the girls or even guys. Like if you're just watching too much of that stuff, it definitely feeds into that. So
All right. Yeah.
I'm sure we don't I think a lot of us here don't really watch that shit, but there's people that do. That hopefully we get some new people coming in that are
I watch
interested.
2 shows on TV. That's it. Now I listen to music all the time. 2 shows.
And not only that, even if you do, I watch Netflix here and there at night. I don't sleep well.
To
I watch a show
decompress.
here and there. but sometimes it's hard. And then sometimes if I'm really stoned, I can. If it's comical, okay.
Yeah.
Not I haven't broke every habit, but a lot of times I'll be trying to sit through a show and I can't because I'll be in my alpha state of mind and I know it's crap and it's boring and I can't get into it and then I get up and walk around and do things. So it depends my mood.
Yeah.
I don't want good people,
It's a
you know.
tool, just like anything else can, but it's just a
Yeah,
tool. Use it
yeah,
to get to the frequency that you need to get to, and then put it away until you need it again. When you start making it a crutch, is when it's a bad thing.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's a good way to look at it.
I'm pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I said I'm gonna end, but yeah,
That
it's
happens.
past 2:30, but it's good. Yeah, maybe we do this one more time, in the future. But if anybody has some one last thing to say before I close it
Oh,
out?
let me ask you something real quick. We're gonna do the UFO one Sunday, right?
Oh yes, yes.
Because I saw a phenomenal video today, but it's from Anonymous Official. I don't think you could play that on the screen, can you?
Maybe we can try.
Anonymous, you know the channel?
Yeah.
Anonymous Official, I'm sure you do. They show some excellent footage that would that let me tell you, it was a 10-minute video today, and I don't think this was a coincidence, okay? 10-minute video on my TV, on my Roku Netflix thing on YouTube. 10-minute video took me 2 hours to watch. I kept getting commercial. They kept cutting out the volume. They kept shutting it down left and right. I don't think that was just happened, but I was bound and determined to watch that video. It took me 2 hours to watch a 10-minute video. They show a big, all the stuff that's why I was like, I have a feeling something's coming a lot sooner than what a lot of people may think.
Yeah.
And this stuff just happened this month.
Yeah, I know most of this ETs that's walking among us that look like us. Yes, so they're already here. Now, when they're gonna reveal themselves, but I think that's gonna why there's more and more activities gonna take place. Is a slow disclosure for the people, not all them to freak out because a lot of them think we're the center of the universe. Yeah,
a lot of people think, they themselves are the center of the universe.
No, that we're only humans. There's no extraterrestrial. That's it. But yeah, that's gonna come to light. But yeah, thanks David, Amber, Kimber, Kunjin Queen. It was very tired. Thanks everybody that come. And Sunday we're gonna do the UFO mysteries, show footage, and talk about UFO stuff.
That was very deep. That was the one I watched. Oh, that is the one. Wait, hold on. Sorry, Alex, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, that link is what DJ just put in there. No, you won't be able to show it on your stream, but that is the link. If you look at that link, Trippy's son was put in the chat.
Yeah, I will save it.
I tried to watch today, and they gave me a hard time. They didn't want me to see it.
I'm gonna look at it. I got it up right now.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna check it out also.
You need to. Oh, please do. Please do.
Oh yeah.
Hole in the sky. Yeah, big hole.
Yes. Everything's gonna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything's gonna come to the light. That's for sure.
Thank you, Nicholas. Okay, yes, awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, thank you, Nicholas. Thanks everybody for coming. The chat, everybody. Thank Kimber, Amber, David, and yeah. Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Keep it high vibe. Peace.
Bye. Oh, let's end it.